All right, everyone. I have not completely processed this yet. My emotions are so all over the place right now, it's ridiculous, and I'm not even sure where to start. Now, normally for a video involving news of this magnitude, Ben would be here with me, but you guys know the drill. He works nights, so any big breaking news that happens during the week, I'm here to cover it solo. I have to. There's no other choice. And this is not news that we're going to wait to cover. But Ben gave me his blessing to go ahead and do this and talk about this. And just so you guys know, in this video, I can only speak for myself. I can't speak for Ben. So, I can't speak for how he's feeling about this or what he thinks. So this is all from Sean here, not Ben. But as all of us, breaking news, as all of us Irish fans know by now, and this is still pretty fresh because at the time of me making this video, it's only been 15 minutes or so since the news broke. So I'm going to get pretty raw here, but I'll try to keep the language to a minimum. But breaking news, Brian Kelly has decided to bolt Notre Dame for LSU to take over the head coaching vacancy there. And the first thing I can say here is I am in complete and utter shock. I really am. I did not see this coming. I still really don't know what all to say here. But, you hear rumors, and there's rumors all the time. Schools always talk to several different coaches when they have a vacancy. I get that. But Brian Kelly just saying recently that, unless the fairy godmother comes with a $250 million check or however that quote went, he's staying put. Well, clearly that turned out to be bullshit. And this is a move that pisses me off big time. For several years, I've defended this guy. I've defended him from all the quote, I don't care about the haters. You guys know that from me. But I've defended this guy against all the quote realists in our fan base, all the morons, all the people who want a coach of his caliber fired when he's done so well for us. But no, all they can just focus on is not winning the national championship, not all the good that he's done for us. But for him to do this, and I'm not going to say like, goodbye, Kelly, good riddance. I'm not that kind of person. But I will say this. This is a bitch move on his part. And the timing of all this too. You're going to bolt and leave your team for another job right before while you still have a shot at the playoffs. You got a major bowl game locked up, but you still have a chance at the playoffs, and you decide that you're going to bolt on your team because some other vacancy popped up. I don't know what LSU offered him. Obviously, those details, I don't know if they've been released yet. I'm sure they probably still have to come out because this is pretty fresh news. But you're gonna up and leave your team high and dry when you still have a shot to make the playoffs. Are you freaking kidding me? That part is hard to defend. You can't defend it. It's a bitch move on Brian Kelly's part. And what he said, like I said, the fairy godmother stuff, that quote, clearly words don't mean shit, which is something that we all know anyway. But yeah, I've never heard of a coach doing this when you still have a shot at the playoffs. This just does not feel real right now. It really doesn't. And I get it. Not everybody liked Brian Kelly because of his personality or maybe his pompousness or whatever. Maybe he didn't exactly have the great personality, but he's a damn good coach. And that's why this really sucks. The fact that a good coach like this in the middle of a playoff run, and I can't say that enough, you're just going to up and leave. Well, all I know is LSU must have offered him one pretty nice contract for him to do this. I mean, it's a sickening move. It's a bullshit move. It's a bitch move on his part. I mean, this is no different than Lane Kiffin the one year he was at Tennessee and just bolts in the middle of the night. Only difference is Brian Kelly did it 12 years later. But like I said, all the times I've defended this guy against the morons in our fan base and, all that, you can't defend this. You just can't. And all I know is him doing this, it's probably screwed Notre Dame for the next couple years at least. I can only imagine, the transfers, the recruits that we might have lost that might flip to somewhere else now. Some guys from the team that might even enter the transfer portal. Who knows? Who knows? This crap happens in situations like this. You guys all know it. But just the timing of it. I mean, look, if Kelly and LSU had been talking, all right. But you can't wait till after the season. No, instead you do this right before the conference championship week, right before tomorrow night's next batch of rankings, and then the selection show this coming Sunday. You decide to leave your team then. I can't believe it. I really can't. And I get it. In the game of football, coaches come and go all the time. That's nothing new. But to do it this way is bullshit. I mean, we're at a point where guys aren't going to stay with the program 20 plus years. It doesn't really happen anymore. I mean, I think in recent history, the closest has probably been David Cutcliffe at Duke. I think he was there 14 years. Nick Saban has been with Alabama for a long time. But, the days of, Bobby Bowden, Joe Paterno, Hayden Fry, you're not really going to see that anymore. But, yeah, to just up and leave your team at this point in time is a bunch of bullshit. And I give a big middle finger to Brian Kelly for this move. I'm not going to, like I said at the start, I'm not going to just say, F you, Kelly, get the hell out of here. We don't want you anymore. No, I'm not like that. Because I do want him here. Did want him here, I guess. But yeah, this is a cowardly move. And when you still have a chance at the playoffs, it's sickening. It is absolutely sickening. So, yeah. Oh, this is crazy. It's absolute insanity right now. I told you guys, I still haven't processed all of this. I still trying to process this because not just for next year, but what's going to happen in the next few weeks. I mean, what's going to happen, for the bowl game and or playoff game? What's the team going to be like now? What's their morale going to be like? Just horrible timing. Complete bitch move by Brian Kelly. And I just, yeah. What more is there to say? And I'm not going to start talking about potential replacements. Now's not the time for it. But this is definitely a big-time betrayal on Brian Kelly's part. A bullshit move and a stab in the back. And myself personally, like I said, all the times I've defended this guy, from the stupid things that people have said in our fan base, and he pulls shit like this. It's bullshit. And it's a bitch move for any coach to do. And especially the timing of it. So there you go. There you go, everyone. That's all I have for you. I'm just going to keep ranting if I keep going. So we'll see what happens in when there's more news to come, because I'm sure this isn't the end of it, obviously. So everyone take care. Good night. God bless. And Brian Kelly, screw you for this bitch move, because that's exactly what it is. I hope LSU's worth it. The fact and hope Notre Dame was a nice stepping stone for you. The fact that, I mean, that's another thing too. The fact that anyone would treat this position like a stepping stone, unbelievable. So, all right, rant's over. We'll have more for you to come if there's any new news that breaks. So, have a good night, Irish fans. At least as best as you can, anyway.